What's going on, people? Peek out here in Singapore. It is almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to jump on real quick because my day is already starting to get all hectic and stuff. So I have meal prep day today. Today is Wednesday, and my meal prep client is actually asking for delivery this evening. So that's pretty cool. It's a lot less stressful because I don't have to rush and make sure everything's done one after another. I can kind of space it out a little bit and let some of the food cool before he comes to pick it up at 10. But even then, I have my own work to do, right? So this is in addition to the work that I already do. So I'm over here trying to make sure that all my podcasts are lined up. They're actually on all the different platforms that I want them to be on. Make sure the captions are up there. I'm planning content for the rest of the week. Lots going on. But in the meantime, I had an epiphany. Obviously, Gary Vee riles me up like nobody else. Okay, maybe not nobody else. August also riles me up a little bit, but Gary got me going this morning. I tried to listen as I was putting groceries away, stuff like that. I've already been shopping. Like I'm getting out. I'm doing stuff already. So I've been shopping. I've put all the groceries back. I've prepped out everything that I need to get done today. I have 3 meals that I need to make. That is 7 portions of each meal, but 3 meals nevertheless. And I was trying to get everything organized, right? Meanwhile, I was looking at my engagement, the people that I've spoken to in the last couple of days, all of my DMs, checked all through all that stuff. I'm good to go now. So I'm in a good place. I was looking at Gary Vee while I have breakfast. And breakfast is usually just a cup of coffee and some digestive biscuits. Mostly because I don't want a heavy breakfast. I just want enough to keep me going, and then I can just, get my work started. So I was listening, and he was talking about nobody cares. Nobody cares. You complain about, what you can and can't do, but no one actually cares, except for the people that also don't want you to succeed, and the other people who also want to complain. Because if you complain, then it makes it okay for them. But then I started thinking, I was like, all right, we complain, and I'm no different. I do complain about some things as well. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, sure, I can complain, but who's actually going to stop me? Let's think about this, right? As much as we say, this person's not letting me do that person's not letting me do this, push come to shove, they're not right there next to you holding your hand. They're not holding a gun to your head. They're not stopping you. They're not physically taking things away from you so you can't do it. There's always some way you can get it done. I mean, as kids, there was always a way that we got it done, right? If we asked one parent, they didn't say yes, we went to the next parent or the next uncle or auntie, somebody who's going to give in. And if they didn't give in, somehow on the sly, we're going to get it done anyway. That's why, silence is golden unless it's with young children in the house, and then it's just plain suspicious because what are you up to that you don't want anyone to know about because suddenly you're quiet. Any other time in the day, you can't be quiet. You knock things over, you're yelling and screaming, laughing, giggling, there's noise. But when you want something done that you don't want anyone to know about, suddenly you're real quiet. So if that is the case and you're looking at, the things you want to get done, that you say you want to get done, not the things that, that you're pretending you get done every day. The things that you're telling everybody you're going to get done. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get that done. Sure, I could post the fact that I worked out but didn't. I can still tell people that I'm getting it done. But push come to shove, who's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you from sending an email today? Who's going to stop you from commenting on someone's Facebook post or someone's Instagram post? Let's think about this. Sure, if you're in a relationship, you don't really want your significant other talking to other females, but it's inevitable. There are just as many males and females on the planet. You're going to run into somebody who happens to be of the female persuasion. You're going to speak to them at some point. Flirting is a different thing, but you're going to have to speak to people. There are some people that are so protected that they don't want their spouse to speak to anyone of the opposite sex. That's kind of ridiculous, but guess what? It's going to happen because you do not control their bodily functions at all times. I don't know if you can control your own bodily functions at all times. Some of that is on autopilot, right? But that's what I'm saying, though. Who will stop you? Who's going to stop me? No one can stop me but me. No one. Yeah, I wanted to do this podcast episode yesterday. I wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about because lately I've been doubling up podcast episodes because I'm hell bent on making sure I hit 500 episodes by the end of the day. It's going to be more than likely that I hit 500 episodes the first day tomorrow, but I'm going to hit it regardless. You know what I mean? I've made sure. I've skipped so many days. I've slacked off on, a couple days here and there. I've gone weeks where I didn't do it on the weekends at all. And I'm making up for it now because now I want to hit 500. It's because I didn't have that goal in front of me before, that I wasn't aiming at it every day. I lost sight of the goal. I lost sight of, what I wanted to get done. But guess what? Can't nobody stop me except for me. I'll give you a case study from yesterday. I have this idea in my head of how my course is going to look. And I do want to make sure that I can present it to the people who want to help promote me. And that's coming up. I need to have this thing done by Saturday. But what happens with procrastination? Other things are going to get in the way. I will play video games with my daughter for a little bit just to help her. And it's under the ruse of, oh, I want to spend quality time with her. No, it's not. I just want to play games. And I wanted to watch, a video yesterday. A TV series yesterday. We watched Once Upon a Time with my mom because my explanation for why I want to do that is because my mom's here. I want to spend time with her. There are 100 different ways I could spend time with her, but I chose to watch TV, which is mind numbing, and I don't get any work done. I'm just chilling. I almost didn't get the chicken curry made last night, but I know we're running out of curries. I need to cook again. I don't want to, but I kind of have to. And my mom was kind enough to pick all the chicken off the bones and shit, so it was sitting there ready. I could have thrown it in the fridge. Matter of fact, she did throw it in the fridge. And I got up and I went to go look for it. I thought it was sitting outside. And the minute I realized it was in the fridge, I was like, I could just leave it till tomorrow. And I was like, nope, I need to do this. I need to get this done now. And it's not that it didn't take a long time to cook. It didn't. It maybe took 45 minutes tops. But I wasn't in the mood to do any of that. Procrastination again. But I'm going to ask you, who will stop me? The only person that can stop me is me. You know how many times I thought about doing the podcast episode yesterday, like last night, and then didn't do it? You know how many times I thought about making the chicken curry and then was like, should I? Maybe I don't need to. And then I finally was like, fuck it, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Because then we don't have to eat rice. I can eat paratha instead with the chicken curry. Nobody going to stop you but you. No one can hold your hand. No one can take your computer. No one's going to stop you but you. Now, I've had clients that were like, oh, yeah, I want to do a travel blog and I want to write blogs and everything, but the internet over here is kind of shitty. I can't post every day because the internet's kind of shitty. Yeah, well, guess what? How long does it take to post? If you had the post ready, as in you have the image, you have the caption, if all that's ready, how long does it take to post? Literally, how long? You need 2 seconds of uninterrupted connection and it works, right? So who's stopping you? The internet or you? Where is that excuse actually? Well, the internet's kind of shitty, so I'm not going to have anything ready. But I guarantee you, if the fire was big enough and you wanted it bad enough, you would have found a fucking way to get it done. Another case in point, my computer keeps crashing. I'm having trouble with the writing of my blogs. I can't type it up if my computer keeps crashing on me. I'm sorry. Let me ask you this. Pen and pencil, paper, that shit, you still got those things in the house? Do you still use those things? I mean, I know it's not digitally cool or anything, but you still got it? Write it out. So that when you have a moment, or maybe 10 moments, 10 minutes, that you can type it up, it's ready, it's there, you got it. I got excuses for everything. I know you got excuses for everything. But really, who will stop you? Who's going to stop you? Yeah, there are going to be hiccups along the road. It's not going to be smooth sailing every damn time. But guess what? The good sailors, those brilliant pirates out there, they're not brilliant pirates. They're not good at what they do because they had an easy time of it every time. They're good at what they do because they met every difficulty face first, head on, jumped in with both feet. They tackled that shit right away, and they got really good at it. Let's put it in the in an arena of sports. There's really great soccer players. You think they became great soccer players because they got to the ball every time? They passed the ball to them every time, and it was a smooth kick, and it was just perfect every time? How do you get better? How do you learn how to slide tackle? You gotta hurt yourself first. That's hurting yourself on purpose in order to get the ball first. A slide tackle. That's just not fun. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't tickle. How do you get faster than the other team? You kind of have to put yourself through your paces. You got to run laps, don't you? Who likes running laps? I hate running laps. But I know if I don't run laps, it won't be easy during a game. I know if I don't run laps, I won't learn how to breathe well during a game. I will be puffed out and dying on the sidelines every other minute. How did that become good for the team? Okay, maybe you don't do a team sport. Joseph Schooling. Joseph Schooling wanted that gold medal so bad, he studied everything that his idols did, and then he practiced and practiced and practiced. Championships are won in practice. They're not won during the game. They're won in practice. You think you can just like pick up basketball and, once every game or whatever you decide that's the only time you play with the basketball and you decide you're going to shoot a free throw, you think you're going to hit that every time? You may have talent, but you think you can hit it every time without fail? No, that takes practice. Everyone who starts off with a business, they're winging it at first until they realize that, look, I can't afford to wing it no more. It takes too much damn time. I don't have time to do all the things I want to do if I'm still working on little bits and pieces here. I need a process. I need a system. It happens on the job too. Once I realize what the priorities are and when things need to be done, I prioritize in order. If I know I have a certain report that needs to be done by noon, and if I know that I work on it every day a little bit, right, it probably won't take that long. But if I knock it out first thing in the morning, I don't have to worry about that deadline zooming up on me later. I can get that shit done right away. I need content for my business. That means written content, images that go with the content, videos that go with the content, and maybe it's not all congruent. Maybe this week is not all about communication. Maybe it's little bits and pieces of things I'm learning everywhere, because my podcast is about what I'm learning about myself, right? This entrepreneurial journey. What have I learned? What am I good at? What do I suck at? What process did I find that helps me out with this? How do I figure that shit out? How do I keep moving forward? Because understand this, the stronger you build your business, doesn't mean you have less work. It just means it takes less time to do the same amount of work. That's working smart, correct? Maybe in the beginning you don't have $35 to put towards like a planning app, but eventually you get $35 a month to put towards a planning app, which means you create all the content on one day, and then you plan it out for which places it's going to go, what day it's going to go, what time it's going to go, and you leave the app to do the rest, because then you don't have to think about it. You can think about other things. You freed up brain space. You freed up time. And then maybe the next thing is, you set up your email marketing strategy because you have a sequence written for emails, which means the first time someone subscribes to your email, they have a welcome email automatically. And this happens every time somebody subscribes, which means you don't have to look and see who subscribed today and who do you have to write emails to. It's automatic. Automatic, less thought processes, less time spent, less energy drained. It's freed up for other things that you can be doing, which means you work on the next big thing that you're about to provide. But I'm going to ask you again, who going to stop you? You're going to stop you. This is the only person that can stop you. I don't know how many times I pick up my phone sometimes and I'm looking at, okay, I need to go and write down something in my notes so that I remember to go buy it later. Or maybe I pick up my phone to take a picture of a recipe so I can take it with me so I know, what I need to buy instead of writing all that shit out. It's faster, right? But how many times have I picked up the phone to do those things and then saw that there was a message from WhatsApp, a notification on Instagram, and maybe a messenger DM? And where I went to go pick it up to use the camera function, I used it for something else entirely and then put the phone down and forgot, hey, this is what I came to do in the first place. Why? Because we were so goddamn distracted. It's just the way everything is. Notifications all through the night, notifications all day long. Guess what? I don't use the ringer on my phone no more because it's distracting. You know how it is. You get into a conversation with somebody and you enjoy the conversation so much you leave the ringer on because you want to know when they message you next. And then something happens and they ghost on you and you're like waiting for the message, waiting for the message. You keep checking your phone for the message. Where you could be getting some work done in the meantime, right? Because at that point, who's stopping you? You are stopping you. You're choosing this is more important. This is what's going to feed my ego. This feels good right now. I want more. Nope. Discipline over everything. My friend owns a company called Meet the Curator, and his number one selling item is DOE, discipline over everything. And I'm not going to lie, it's hard. It's hard work. I got to work on my discipline every day. And I fail a couple hundred times a day, but I'm still at it. I'm still at it because it's important to me. It's important to me. I've done things without planning apps and I've done things with planning apps. And let me tell you, it gets so much easier. It's so much more fun. I get to do more of the things that I want to do, like reading, like listening, like learning, rather than playing with, okay, how many times do I have to comment today? And how many people do I have to get back in touch with? And what am I going to write today for my post? I have no idea. Like, okay, what image do I need for this? How is it going to fit together? Like, what do I do? I don't need to be worrying about all that. There's too much time spent on mundane things where I could have a process in place for it instead. So I ask you again, who's going to stop you? It better not be you. It better not be you. For all the excuses in all the world for why things don't work out, you better not be the reason you don't work out, the reason you don't succeed, the reason you don't put the effort in the way you know you can. I'm guilty as charged. I know you're guilty too. You don't have to explain it to me, and you have nothing to justify it with. Deep down, you know. You could be doing more and you're not. I could be doing way more and I'm not. That ends with today. Today is all about processes and systems. And yeah, I got to work on it really hard because guess what? I still got to cook these 21 meals today. Package it up in order for the person to go pick it up tonight at 10. So I got to work around the things that I got going on. Tomorrow I got volunteer work at the school, which is good. I need the school to know who I am. Because at some point I'm going to ask, hey, if you have time for me to come teach this class real quick, let me know. I would love to. But first they need to know, like, and trust me as a parent, as a volunteer. So yeah, this doesn't make me money tomorrow when I leave the house, but it will eventually. So I'm going to put in the time, that time equity. I'm going to build up that credit. So who gonna stop you? You gonna let yourself stop you? Don't use that as an excuse. It's not good enough. I'm telling you right now, it's not good enough. It won't fly. In a year's time, what could you have accomplished if you don't stop yourself? And yeah, it feels good to just sit on the couch and do nothing. Yeah, absolutely. You know what feels better though? Being able to take a vacation and be on vacation. No phones, no emails, no emergency pop-ups. You're on vacation because you built your business the way you knew best. You set up processes to take care of whenever you needed to take a break off. Your business runs without you running it because you did all of that shit on purpose. So stop playing around, put the phone down, and get to work. Because can't nobody stop you but you. I'm out, you guys, because I got work to do. I'll talk to you soon.